a marine biologist was on a wildlife expedition to the Taongi Atoll, which is a chain of the Marshall Islands. As the marine biologist and his crew beach their vessel, he sees something out of place. And as he approaches it, he clearly knows what it is, but it doesn't make any sense to him. He's staring face to face with an old beat-up boat. And as he gets closer, he's looking and he notices the registration number on the vessel. It starts with an HA. This boat is from Hawaii, and it is a blue and white Boston whaler. It is the Sarah Joe. The crazy part is the Taongi Atoll is 2,300 miles from Maui. That is the distance from Detroit to Los Angeles. And to top that off, the marine biologist that was on this expedition was none other than John Naughton. Yes, you heard that right. The John Naughton that was one of the very first in the search and rescue for the Sarah Joe 10 years earlier. And about 60 yards from the Sarah Joe, they'd make another discovery. They would discover a shallow grave with a makeshift cross. And in this shallow grave, there was a jawbone sticking out of it. And upon exhuming the grave, sending the bones in, the dental records would reveal it was in fact Scott, a crew member of the Sarah Joe. And inside of this shallow grave were these little 3x3-inch stacks of paper with tiny little foil squares inside of them. Now, experts thought that it could have been part of a Chinese burial ritual, but why the cross? Because Chinese fishing boats would have been in this area. They would have been fishing illegally, though. So if they found a body in a boat, they're not reporting it to authorities. But at least they gave it a proper burial. But if that's the case, then why the cross? Another theory is that those stacks of paper could have been like an emergency flashlight, reflector that you fan it through the air really fast and the reflection could catch somebody in the area. Did Scott make it to the island alive? Was he alone? There were no other remains found. And one thing's for certain, with this Taongi Atoll and their tall reefs, that boat did not make it on the beach without human interference. Experts have analyzed the ocean currents and determined that from Maui to the Sarah Joe's final resting place on the Taongi Atoll would take approximately 3 months.